Muslims are commanded to always cherish and love God's creatures, not only humans but also animals, as written in the following hadith. Whoever loves even slaughtered animals, Allah will surely have mercy on him. Cats have a special place in Islam because they are revered as clean, loving, and unclean creatures of Allah. There are many stories in Islamic tradition that show how cats were treated with affection by the Prophet Muhammad and his companions. The following is a complete explanation and story about the relationship between Islam and cats. Although cats are not mentioned directly in the Quran, the Hadiths of the Prophet Muhammad provide many guidelines regarding the treatment of cats. In one Hadith, the Prophet Muhammad said, "Cats are not unclean. In fact, they are animals that often roam around you." Hadith narrated by Tirmidhi, Abu Dawood, An-Nasai, and Ibn Majah. This hadith shows that cats are considered clean, and even the water drunk by cats is still considered pure, to be used for ablution if there is no other choice. The Prophet Muhammad was known to be very loving animals, including cats. One famous story is about the Prophet's beloved cat called Muezza. One day, the Prophet Muhammad was about to go to prayer. When he got ready, he found Muezza sleeping on his robe. Because he did not want to disturb the cat's comfort, the Prophet cut the part of the robe that Muezza was occupying rather than waking the cat. Upon returning, the Prophet Muhammad stroked Muezza gently as a sign of his affection. This story is an example of how a Muslim should be compassionate towards Allah's creatures, including cats. In several narrations, the Prophet Muhammad is said to have always paid special attention to cats around him. If there was a cat that was thirsty, the Prophet often gave it water from his hand. This shows that feeding and drinking cats is a form of worship. One of the Prophet's companions, Abu Huraira, was nicknamed because of his love for cats. Abu Huraira literally means father of the little cat. In various narrations, it is mentioned that Abu Huraira always brought a little cat wherever he went. The Prophet Muhammad not only respected Abu Huraira for his love of cats, but also encouraged Muslims to do the same, kind to animals. Islam teaches that being kind to animals is a rewarding deed. In one hadith, the Prophet Muhammad tells of a woman who went to hell because she locked up a cat without giving it food or letting it find its own food. On the other hand, there is also a story about a prostitute whose sins were forgiven for giving a thirsty dog a drink. Cats are important in Islam because they are a living example of how humans should interact with God's creatures. They are revered as clean, loving, and non-impurity creatures. The story of the Prophet Muhammad and his companions. His companions teach us about the importance of compassion, empathy, and responsibility towards all of Allah's creations, including cats. By caring for and treating cats well, a Muslim not only shows love for Allah's creatures, but also gains His approval. Benefits of keeping cats. According to Islam, 1. Get rewards from Allah. Cats are one of the animals that the Prophet loved, so Allah also loves them. Whoever feeds cats and takes good care of them, he does a good deed, and thus he will be rewarded by Allah. Prophet Muhammad teaches that feeding or drinking animals, including cats, is a rewarding act. In another hadith, it is stated that every good deed to Allah's creatures will be rewarded with goodness. In everyone who has a heart, living creature, there is a reward. Hadith narrated by Bukhari and Muslim. 2. Cultivating empathy. Having a pet like a cat can foster a high sense of empathy. When having a pet, a person will try to understand what the animal feels. So when a person has empathy for animals, of course they will have empathy for others. Caring for cats teaches Muslims to care more for weaker creatures. Cats often depend on humans for food and shelter, so caring for cats is a tangible form of good deeds. 3. Creating a peaceful home environment. Cats are known as gentle and calm animals. Their presence in the home can create a comfortable and peaceful atmosphere. Islam always encourages its followers to maintain peace, including in the family environment. 4. Repelling pests and diseases. In the traditions of some Muslim communities, cats are also considered as house guards because they help repel mice and insects. Although not directly mentioned in Islam, this benefit makes cats more appreciated. 5. Forgiven sins. This is told in a hadith narration. A prostitute saw a dog on a well and was about to die of thirst. Then the woman took off her shoes, tied her veil, and took water from the well, then gave it to the dog to drink. With her actions, her sins were forgiven. Hadith narrated by Bukhari. In the Hadith, it is explained that someone who keeps animals with all his heart, Allah will forgive his sins because he has cared for and loved the animals. 6. Is alms. Muslims are highly recommended to keep, feed, and also give drink to animals such as cats, especially when the animal is hungry and thirsty, and it becomes a sin if it is simply abandoned. If we keep a cat, then it has been made alms for that person. Every alms giving to a creature that has a heart that is wet, alive, will receive a reward. A Muslim who plants plants or herbs, which are then eaten by birds, humans, or animals, then it is considered alms. Bukhari Muslim. 7. Be loved by the inhabitants of the sky. In a hadith narrated by Muslim, the Prophet said, "People who are merciful will also be loved by Allah. Love Allah's creatures on earth, then surely the inhabitants of the sky will also love you. Therefore, it is recommended to love and care for pets, and it is forbidden to hurt or torture them." 8. Give kindness until the day of judgment. A person who keeps a cat or other animal, as prescribed by Allah with full faith and belief in the kindness given by Allah, then the kindness that has been given to the cat, such as feeding it and cleaning its waste, hopefully will be counted as a good deed on the day of judgment. Islamic ethics in keeping cats. Islam provides guidance on how to keep cats in a good way, and according to Sharia, giving food and drink. Like humans, cats have the right to get enough food and drink. Abandoning a cat without feeding it is a major sin. In the hadith about the woman who went to hell for locking up a cat without feeding it, the Prophet Muhammad emphasized the importance of meeting the basic needs of animals. Do not hurt or neglect. Islam strictly forbids hurting cats or other living creatures. In the Quran, Allah commands humans to be fair and not to harm His creations, and do not cause corruption on the earth after it has been set in order. Surah Al-A'raf, verse 56. Leaving cats free. Cats are animals that like to explore. Islam recommends that cats not be caged except for certain reasons, such as protecting them from danger. Maintaining cat cleanliness. Although cats are considered clean in Islam, cat owners are still responsible for maintaining the cleanliness of the animal. This is also important to ensure the health of the owner and their pet. The story and influence of cats in Islamic history. In Islamic history, cats have often been friends of scholars and religious figures. Many great scholars are known to have cats as pets, and these cats often accompany them when they write books or teach knowledge. One of them is Imam Shafi'i. Imam Shafi'i, one of the founders of the Islamic fiqh school of thought, is known to love cats very much. In many narrations, it is mentioned that he often let his cat sleep near him when he was writing or reading a book. Then the Ottoman Sultan, during the Ottoman Caliphate, cats were highly respected. In fact, many mosques in Istanbul provided special places for cats. This tradition continues today, where cats roam freely in mosques in Turkey. In Islam, cats are often a symbol of several lessons. 1. Calmness and simplicity. Cats teach humans to live calmly and simply. They do not demand much, but are always grateful for what is given. 2. Sincerity. Cats often show selfless affection. This is a lesson for humans to do good without expecting anything in return. 3. Balance in life. Cats show the importance of balance between rest, work, and time to play. In Islam, maintaining balance in life is a very important principle. In Islam, cats are not only creatures of Allah, but they are also an example of how humans should treat other creatures with compassion, respect, and responsibility. The Prophet Muhammad, his companions, and Islamic scholars have provided clear examples of the importance of taking good care of cats. Cats remind us of the beauty of Allah's creation and the role of humans as caliphs on earth to care for all creatures. By treating cats well, a Muslim not only shows compassion for Allah's creatures, but also draws closer to Him through acts of love and kindness.